Congress is scrambling to avert a partial government shutdown after President Trump and Senate Democrats struck a deal this evening to handle DHS funding separately.
The move would allow other funding bills to pass while negotiations continue over the department's immigration operations. But with final votes still ahead, the clock is ticking, and Fox 4's Casey Stegall is in studio tonight with where things stand right now. Casey.
Hey, Steve, Heather, there are 6 appropriation bills that have to be passed to keep nearly 80% of the federal government bankrolled beyond tomorrow. The impasse is centered around one, which funnels dollars right into the Department of Homeland Security, including ICE. The Senate is under intense pressure trying to secure a deal before federal funding expires at midnight Friday. In a test vote on Capitol Hill Thursday, Democrats and 7 Republicans blocked a broad package that would have funded Homeland Security and several other agencies through September.
On this vote, the yeas are 45, the nays are 55.
With 60 yeas required to proceed, a new strategy emerged late Thursday, one that would decouple Homeland Security funding from 5 other spending bills, allowing most of the government to stay open while DHS gets a short-term temporary extension.
Any agreement that comes together in the Senate will have to evaluate in its totality, including as it relates to if there is to be a continuing resolution. It cannot be endless.
The latest funding fight comes amid growing outrage over 2 deadly shootings in Minneapolis involving federal agents. Democrats say it underscores the need for immediate reform before any more checks are written.
What ICE is doing outside the law is state-sanctioned thuggery, and it must stop.
Democrats want stricter rules on immigration enforcement, including body cameras, identification requirements, and limits on roving patrols, though some Republicans accuse the other side of using this as a political distraction at the public's expense.
I sure hope Chuck Schumer learned from the last 43-day shutdown, which resulted in accomplishing 0 except hurting numerous Americans.
Even so, some GOP senators have signaled a willingness to talk while drawing a hard line on certain policies.
I'm willing to entertain some reforms to make sure that we rein in ICE appropriately and make it more professional. But the cancer that we're dealing with is sanctuary city policy.
President Trump striking an optimistic tone at his Thursday cabinet meeting.
Hopefully we won't have a shutdown. We're working on that right now. I think we're getting close. The Democrats, I don't believe, want to see it either.
Even if the Senate does reach a deal, it must still be cleared by the House. And with the lower chamber currently in recess, it does make the brief partial shutdown increasingly likely. And so now the debate shifts to how long the temporary DHS extension should be. Democrats want 2 weeks. Republicans are pushing for more like 4 to 6. Also not clear whether amendment votes are necessary to separate out those spending bills.